Hello again everybody, this is Man Overboard back with another video. Now today, have a look at this, I just noticed something. I think this is the case, you may or may not think so, let me know in the comments below. Have a look at the $50 note, Australian $50 note. This is an Australian $50 note. The name of the lady in the note is Edith Cowan. So Edith Cowan depicted on the Australian $50 note. Tell me, do you think this looks like Australian female tennis player, world number 1 Ashley Barty? I think it does, a little bit with the hair and the eyes and the face, just a little bit older. Could be an old version of Ashley Barty when she gets a bit older. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Does that look like Ashley Barty? I think it does, but let me know what you think in the comments below. That's an interesting thing I noticed today, just out of the blue randomly. Okay, so today's video, the one thing that gets really annoyed is people who can't take criticism, who can't take differing opinions to what the ones that they want to sprout for obvious reasons. Now, we have a YouTuber who has, look on my phone here, 275,000 subscribers. This channel, my little channel's got 16 subscribers. He's got 275,000 subscribers. And this guy makes videos about, or for men, about meeting, attracting and dating women. A very popular YouTuber. I have gone on and basically commented on one of his videos, his latest video, which was made a day ago, a couple of days ago. The video's title is, if you want to go and check this out, I'll leave a link in the comments below, but if you want to check this out, it's I'll leave a link in the comments on my video description, but the video's called 5 Big, in capital letters, 5 Big Secrets Single Women Hide from Men. Now, the gentleman who made the video is a guy, Australian man by the name of Dan Bacon. Now, he's got 275,000 subscribers. I left a comment on his video, basically pulling it apart piece by piece. I checked back on the video, an hour or two after I left that comment, I checked back on that video. I checked back, logged into YouTube, and then I logged out of YouTube. So when I was logged into YouTube, the comment was still showing because that's in my comments list. When I logged out of YouTube, I noticed that he had either removed or hid my comments. So he'd either deleted it or hidden it because he didn't like what I had to say. If you look at the comments on that video, they're all in support of what he says. They all basically go along with his ideas and congratulate him and tell him what a great guy he is for releasing such informative and such knowledgeable content. But when someone differs or disagrees with what you release and you remove their comment just because you don't agree with it, instead of debating it and arguing with it and replying to it and with his own, with their own reasons as to why they disagree with the comment left there, they just go and remove it. So they don't like any dissenting comments. It's basically agree with what I say or I will remove your comment. Now, that's not free speech. That's agree with what I say or I will remove your speech. Sorry, I'm growing a beard here in case anyone hasn't noticed, and it's getting a bit bigger, and I've shaved it right down to the scalp. So, yeah, I'm starting to look like one of those completely bald-headed bearded guys very soon. If you think that look would suit me, let me know. That's what I'm heading for. So yeah, this guy doesn't agree with dissenting views on his videos. So today, seeing that he removed my comment, and he didn't decide to debate it and argue it with me, he's decided to remove it completely because he didn't like what I had to say. I'm going to play the video for you on the channel, and I'm going to give him a roasting on this channel. Basically, the comment he removed, and the roasting will be along the lines of the comments I left on his video. I will play the video for you, verbally only on my phone. You won't be able to see it. But I will emphasise what he has to say and why I disagree with what he says. So you can remove my comments, mate, but you can't remove my comments off YouTube in my own video because I disagree with a lot of what you said in this video. Anyway, let's start.
A very small percentage of men know about the secrets that I'm going to share with you now regarding single women. And as a result, they feel confident around attractive women. They know their secrets. Yet, the vast majority of men.
Firstly, feeling confident around attractive women comes from getting accepted by attractive women. Attractive women wanting men will make them more confident. If a man is not wanted by an attractive woman, do you think he's going to feel confident in front of her? He might feel self-confident, but if she rejects him, do you think he's going to feel confident?
Men do not know the secrets that I'm going to share with you now, and as a result, they lack confidence around single women.
Yes, it all boils down to confidence, doesn't it? Confidence. I've been instilled with confidence with women for years. I approach it with positive body language, with an upbeat demeanour, or depending on the energy of the environment, whatever the circumstances call for, I approach with that demeanour. So I just had a message come in on my phone. I'll have to get back to that person a bit later once this video ends. Sorry about the interruption. I approach with a confident demeanour. I've approached thousands of women. I've been taught to approach confidently in a pickup artist boot camp, and I do that. And I've been told that what I do is fine. But it doesn't matter. Your approach does not matter. If the woman doesn't like you in the first second she sets her eyes on you, you can be as confident as you want. It's not going to mean a bloody thing. Excuse my language.
The man just doesn't know where he stands with her. Does she like me? Is she interested in sex? Is she interested in a relationship? She's not making it obvious. And as a result...
Actually, they do make it obvious, Dan. They make it obvious through their signals and their body language. Pick up on the signals and approach. If you don't get the signals to approach, don't approach, because the chances are you'll be rejected.
He doesn't feel confident about his chances of getting her out on a date.
Confidence, rubbish.
For example, so let's begin with the first secret that single women hide from men. Most act like they're hard to get, but are secretly.
They act like they're hard to get because they're not attracted to the men they see. If you look at the studies, Dan, most women, the majority of women find the majority of men unattractive or less than attractive to what they would want. So yes, that's why they hide it, because they're not really attractive they're not really attracted to men in the first place, Dan. I did an experiment the other day. I sat in my car, parked in a parking spot. I said the first 10 girls that walk by, I'll give a thumb up or thumb down to whether I'd go into a relationship and do the deed with them. 9 out of 10, I gave the thumbs up. I guarantee you, Dan, that if it was a woman sitting in a car evaluating men on whether they find them sexually attractive, 9 out of 10 men would be given the thumbs down, and that's why they act so aloof and so unresponsive, Dan.
Easy. A great example of this is the study that was done at Florida State University. What happened is that the researchers got a bunch of students to approach other students one at a time, and the physical attractiveness of the male and female approaches ranged from slightly unattractive to moderately attractive. So, in other words, the students...
Slightly unattractive to moderately attractive. Dan, why don't you try hideously ugly guys approaching women on student campuses, on campuses, and see what the results are.
Doing the approaching weren't really good looking. They were just average looking or slightly below.
Slightly below, Dan, newsflash, slightly below average or average guys, yeah, they're not good looking. But then you've got the other range, which is right down the bottom 10%, maybe the bottom 5% that you would term hideously ugly. Why don't you get them to approach women and see what the results are?
Or average looking. So here's what the approacher said, whether they were a man or a woman. I've been noticing you around campus. I find you to be very attractive. Then the approacher asked one of the following questions. Would you go out with me tonight? Would you come over to my apartment tonight? Would you go to bed with me tonight? So, in other words, I've been noticing you around campus. I find you to be very attractive. Would you come over to my apartment tonight? Here are the results of the study. 56% of the women said yes when the guy...
Oh, that's rubbish. Who conducted this study in the first place? Average and moderately unattractive men? You're saying 56% of women said yes. If you go up to them straight away and say, look, I've been seeing you around campus, I find you very attractive, would you go out with me tonight? Are you saying 56% of women, if a man, average looking or slightly unattractive man did that, 56% of women, when they are approached by an average or slightly unattractive man, on campus saying, I've seen you walking around campus, I think you're very attractive, would you go out with me tonight? 56% say yes, they would. Damn. I don't know where, can you please publish where this study comes from? Because it sounds totally bogus to me, and I guess it is bogus.
Asked, would you go out with me tonight? Now, she didn't know anything else about him other than him saying, I've been noticing you around campus, I find you to be very attractive, would you go out with me tonight? 56% of the women said yes.
Lies. Show me the survey. Show me the report. Show me the study.
Whereas 50% of the men said yes. With the other question, would you come over to my apartment tonight? 6% of women said yes, 69% of men said yes. And finally, would you go to bed with me tonight? None of the women said yes,
Not surprising.
whereas 75% of the men said yes. In other words, women don't want to immediately say yes to sex, but more than half will immediately say yes to going on a date, even though they don't know anything about the guy.
No, Dan. They do know something about the guy. They know how the guy looks, okay? He's presented himself in front of her. They know how he looks, okay? And those statistics, and if they're true, which I don't believe, but if they are true, what it proves is that men have very low standards in what they'll take from a woman. You look at the male respondents when women do it. 60%, 75%, 70-odd%. Women go down to from 56, which is not believable, 56%, down to 6%, down to 0%, or 8% down to 0%. Yeah, it's just incredible how much more picky women are when it comes to these things.
That's a good example because if guys saw those girls walking around on their own, the girls would almost certainly be displaying body language that suggested they didn't want to be approached, or
that's probably because they didn't, Dan, and because those statistics you got from that survey are all bogus and made up.
that they would be hard to get. Yet 56% of them immediately said yes to going out on a date with a guy who said, I've been noticing you around campus, I find you to be very attractive, would you go out with me tonight? And
I'm sorry, Dan, these statistics don't match up to real world statistics, real world observation. They do not. If you get an average or unattractive or slightly unattractive man approaching a woman he'd never met, out of the cold approach, she's got nothing to go off other than the way he looks, the way he presents himself to her at first impression, 56% of women are not going to say yes to going out that night. I guarantee you that, Dan. Those statistics are bogus. Real world observation will tell you so.
they said yes. The thing is, though, the results of that study don't necessarily mean that a guy should go into a shopping mall and walk up to a woman shopping and say, hey, I've been noticing you around the shopping mall. I think you're very attractive. Would you go out with me tonight?
No shit, Sherlock.
Because that's a different environment, right? In a university environment, for example, there is a certain level of safety for the woman because the guy is a fellow student, right? If he asks for her number or if she goes...
No, women don't feel safe by being cold approached by men who they're not giving signals to. It's not a matter of safety, Dan. It's not a matter of safety. It's a matter of reading a woman's signals.
out on a date with him, there is protection because they're part of the same university. Yet in a shopping mall, pretty much everyone there is a stranger. Right? She doesn't know who the man is who has said that he's been noticing her around the shopping mall. Does that mean that he's a stalker? What has he been doing? Has he been following her around and so on? So when a man is in different social environments such as a bar, club, house party, a shopping mall, a restaurant and so on, he needs to use a different approach, right? It's not going to be, hey, I've been noticing you around, I think you're very attractive, will you go out with me tonight? Obviously, that line isn't going to work in a bar because she's already out that night. So that particular line would need to be slightly modified in order to make it work in a bar environment.
Just give me a moment. Yeah. So what I've made, the comment I left on his video, basically it was a long comment, but the first part I said was slightly below attractive men did this. But what if hideously ugly men did this? I noticed that none of the guys in this video are short, bald, and small body framed. I mean, all three combined. 99.99% of women would automatically say no straight away to short, bald, small body framed men. Men who are got the triple whammy of being short, being bald, and being small framed.
For example, he could say, "Hey, I noticed you from across the bar. You look very attractive, so I thought I'd come over and say hi." By saying it that way, he's not asking her out right away, which wouldn't make any sense, of course. Instead, he's starting the conversation in a charming way and can then make her feel...
There's nothing that charming, Dan. There's nothing charming about going across a bar and saying, "Hey, I noticed you from across the bar. I find you very attractive. I just wanted to come over and say hi." That's fine as long as the woman is open to being approached by that guy. If the woman is not open to being approached by that guy, it doesn't matter how charming it is, or it all depends on what the woman thinks, Dan, because the man doesn't have choice in this. The man has to go and put his ego on the line and get rejected if he has to. It's not charming, Dan. It's only charming if the woman thinks it's charming, i.e. coming from the right type of man.
Sparks of attraction for him by flirting with her. He can then connect with her, and when the time is right...
You don't spark attraction by flirting, Dan. If she says no, she says no. If she doesn't like what she sees in the first 2 seconds of the interaction, it doesn't matter how much flirting you do, that there's no comeback from that situation, Dan.
He can take things to the next level, such as getting her phone number, kissing her, maybe having sex that night, or if it's just a...
Yeah, he can, if she lets him.
Phone number, he can...
You can't impose these things on a woman if they don't want to be imposed.
Set up a date when he calls her. Then they can kiss and maybe have sex on the first, second, or third date, and a dating relationship or even a boyfriend-girlfriend relationship will most likely begin from there.
Yeah, basically, if he's not getting sex on the same night as he meets her, well, it's going to be a courtship relationship, which means he's going to be the dancing monkey trying to prove to her that he's the attractive one, and she should be putting out for sex with him. How's that going to work? I don't think very well.
So, each situation that you meet women in is going to be slightly different. Yet, despite the differences in the approach that you need to take, the key lesson here is that many women will act as though they're hard to get when they're not. Right? The same.
No, it's because they are. It's because they're not attracted to the men they see. Of course they're going to act hard to get. You really think a woman wants a guy to come up to her that she's not attracted to and try to attract her? You really think that, Dan? Oh, Dan, we're not living on the same planet, mate.
The same thing applies to women in bars. Many women will sit around or stand around and they will seem like they're hard to get. And there are many reasons for that, one of which I'll discuss in secret number 4. But before we get to that, one of the reasons is that in a bar environment, a woman doesn't want to make herself seem too approachable to guys who are drunk. Right? She doesn't want the drunk guys who are building up their courage by drinking lots of alcohol to see that she's open and friendly and they can come over and talk to her. Instead, she wants a guy who has the confidence to come over and talk to her.
No, that alcohol thing is just nonsense, Dan. She seems unapproachable because she's not attracted to the men she sees there.
Even though she's not making it obvious that she wants a guy to come over and talk to her.
Yeah, she wants a guy to come over, some guy who she's not attracted to come over and try to be confident and be a dancing monkey, try to pick her up. Rubbish, Dan. She's eyeing out the best looking blokes in the bar. That's who she wants to approach. Not some random stranger who she's not attracted to, trying to use confidence and flirting to pick her up. That's nonsense, Dan.
Additionally, another reason is that if she looks too open and eager and she wants guys to approach her, she may get guys approaching her who don't actually really like her and will only want to have sex with her.
I don't know about you, Dan, and I don't know about all the other guys here, but if you don't like a girl, generally, if I haven't been attracted to a girl, I've never approached her. So no guy's going to approach a woman if he's not attracted to her. I mean, that's just stupid.
With her once, or may just want to make her feel attracted, build up their confidence, and then go talk to another woman. So many women will act as though they're hard to get when secretly they're easy to get, or fairly easy to get if a guy just gives himself the chance. If he gets over there, has an interaction.
Yeah, you give yourself the chance if you get signals from her to approach you. If you go in there blankly, I mean, if you just go in there blindly without any signals to approach her, she's obviously not attracted to you, Dan. She's obviously not. Women can see when they go into a bar, a nightclub, wherever it is. Women can see the men that they're attracted to already. They don't have to pine the roof. They know which men they want straight away. It's not like they'll give out signals straight away. They won't play hard to get with men that they're attracted to. Dan, give me a break.
With her creates a spark and gets something going between him and her.
You can't create a spark with a woman who doesn't want a spark to be lit.
Number 2. Most have a fantasy list of requirements for a man, but don't actually stick to it in real life.
They have a fantasy list of a man, but they don't want to stick to it in real life. Dan, we're living on another planet, mate. The women's checklist these days are as tall as the Burj Dubai, the tallest building in the world. I mean, and they're not going to. The building's not getting knocked down anytime soon, so you have to meet this building. They will. A lot of women don't compromise. That's why they're still single, or that's why they're riding the sea carousel with different men that they find attractive. Okay?
Thing that I want to make 100% clear is that I'm not talking about dating apps like Tinder or Bumble. On dating apps like those, a woman usually has all the power, right? For example, with
newsflash, Dan, she has all the power in every social relationship, in every social position, every social interaction. She just doesn't have the power on Tinder and Bumble. Men don't have the power in other situations. Women have the social power in every situation, Dan, not just on Tinder, Bumble, etc.
Tinder, if she's in a big city, tens of thousands of guys are swiping on her, hoping to get a match. And all she has to do is go through the app and swipe on guys that are her ideal type or her fantasy list of requirements, and she's almost certainly going to get matches.
What makes you think that's different from real life, Dan? There's no difference. As I've said in the comment, my comment that you conveniently removed, or because you didn't want to argue the point with me, dating apps are actually a true reflection of the modern world. Otherwise, nobody would be on them, and they wouldn't even exist.
Then, if she wants to, she can chat with that guy, and if the guy knows how to get her out on a date, he can organise a date with her. Yet, the
guy doesn't have to know how to get her on a date. The woman just has to want to date the guy, and the guy will succeed.
The reality is that most of the women...
You seem to think that men have all the power in this, and that men do all the choosing. First lesson, Dan, it's women who are the choosers, women who are the selectors.
Who have used Tinder have never actually gone on a date as a result of the app. I actually got a comment recently from a guy who ran a bit of a test on a dating app where he put himself down as a CEO and said that he liked to buy lots of cars and he was into collecting cars and some other thing that identified him as being a rich guy. And he said that he got loads of likes on that compared to his exact same profile with the exact same photos and him saying that he was a manager in sales. That's the reality with dating apps.
No shit, Sherlock, but it's also the reality in real life, just not on dating apps. And dating apps, as I said, are a true reflection of real life, otherwise they wouldn't exist and people wouldn't be on them.
Because a woman usually has all the power. She can just select from the
Not usually, always.
Of thousands of guys who are hoping to get a chance with her. Yet, although many women definitely do use dating apps to go on dates, most don't. Additionally, most of the users of Tinder are men, so a woman usually has so many...
Yeah, well, what chance does a man have if there's a slim minority of women and a vast majority of men on there? Your numbers equation doesn't kind of work out for men there, Dan, does it?
Options that guys who would be able to get a chance with her in person aren't ever seen or aren't ever selected.
Trust me, women are no different in person. It's got nothing to do with what you say, Dan. It's got to do with how you look. And women make that snap judgment in the first 2 to 5 seconds. Scientifically proven. This is not pseudoscience. This is scientifically, experimentally proven, Dan.
Now, compare that to talking to a woman in person, and a guy has a much higher chance...
No, he doesn't, because women are selecting for the same criteria in person.
...of getting an instant yes, compared to waiting around and hoping...
An instant yes? After he has to do all 10, 20, 30 minutes of flirting with her. That's an instant yes? Yeah, an instant yes is a guy who gets the tick in the first 2 to 5 seconds. I like the way he looks. Tick, yes, that's an instant yes. Not flirting for half an hour or 1 hour.
That he'll be selected out of tens of thousands of guys who are swiping on a woman on a dating app. So, in this age of dating apps, a lot of guys feel insecure around single women. They feel as though every single woman is using Tinder and Bumble to go on loads of dates, and she can select from all these top amazing men who are totally successful and have got all these traits that she's looking for. Yet the reality is that most women don't go on dates via dating apps, and...
Oh, please, Dan. Please. Of course they do.
Number 2, most women don't actually feel confident about being with a guy who is so successful or so attractive with all these top-tier qualities.
Dan, you're denying hypergamy. Dan, take your channel down, please. Mate, you can't give out dating advice. You can give it out to people who are sheep, mate, who live under rocks or came down in the last shower. But you can't give it out to experienced people who have been on the dating scene for many years. Men who have experienced the true nature of women in the dating scene, in the single market.
Of course, some pretty women are very confident and they go for tall, successful, handsome and rich men.
No shit, Sherlock.
Some pretty women go for normal, everyday guys.
Oh, please,
Dan. The
Dan.
reality is that some...
Please, Dan, that's not reality. The reality is normal women want a trophy man. They want a good-looking man that they can show off to their friends and say, look at what I've got. He's rich, he's good-looking, he's handsome, he's blah, 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 blah. They don't want an average man. They don't want to be looked at Miss Average. They don't want to be Miss Average. Women these days want the best, and they go after the best, and they can get the best because the society has let them have that choice. The examples, and I'm going to read from my comment here, those examples given in this video were exceptions, not rules. Modern women don't want normal or below normal. They want the top of the tree. There's a reason why these unicorns are rare.
Pretty women feel so much more at home and confident with a normal everyday guy compared to a very handsome or successful man.
No, they don't. They feel a lot better and they feel a lot more confident with handsome men.
Successful man might not be faithful to her, or that he will be faithful and she'll fall in love with him, but...
Yeah, not faithful. She wants to tie him down to be faithful, Dan. That's why she's dating him. She wants to catch the top of the tree and make him faithful to her. Lock him down. Just a moment, I'm going to put the light on. It's getting dark in here. Oh, that's a lot more clear.
He will then get bored of her and dump her because she's not pretty enough to maintain his interest. Not every pretty woman has that insecurity, of course, but quite a lot of them do, which is why many of them happily get into relationships with and even marry normal, everyday guys.
Yeah, marry him. They get in relationships and marry him. They might marry him for his money or whatever else she's marrying him for, but at the end of the day, they still want to do the deed and they want to go and spread their legs to better-looking men who they find physically more attractive. Marriage doesn't mean she's going to give him sex all his life. Marriage doesn't mean she's going to cheat with some Chad down the street.
Additionally, some pretty women even date guys who others may see as being scruffy, but she will love him based on his personality and...
Oh, rubbish! Rubbish! Women love men for what they can bring to the table, and personality is not something they bring to the table. Personality is not. What they bring in is good genetics, good finances, and high status.
He makes her feel. Some pretty women also go for men who are overweight or bald, even though the guy isn't.
Mate, they are unicorns, and if they're going for men who are overweight or bald, these men are loaded in the moolah, and probably at the tier of, if he's a 1 or 2 out of 10, they'd have to be the Nikola Tesla or the Jeff Bezos tier of men or the James Packer tier of men. They're not going for a short, bald, fat bloke just because of his personality, are they? Dan, you think I woke up in the last shower? Don't delete my comments. Argue it with me on your videos, Mr. 275,000 subscribers to my 16 subscribers.
Very successful in life. Not all pretty women do that, but some do. The reason
No, they
why
don't.
is that so many
Very
women
few,
feel so much
extremely
more
very few.
comfortable and at home with a normal, everyday guy.
A normal everyday guy, short, bald, weedy, small framed, older, less attractive man. They feel more at home with him. Yeah, maybe they do if he's got a lot of money and status and fame. But even then, they probably feel more at home in the bedroom with a hot man. And it's proven. It's scientifically proven, Dan. You're denying science. What you're telling me is pseudoscience.
Who makes her feel attracted for reasons other than these top-tier, totally high-status qualities like he's the CEO of this.
That is what makes her attracted to an unattractive man. If he's the CEO of this or that.
He is the owner of all these yachts. He does this,
Yes.
He does that, and so on.
Yes, that is
Most
what
women
attracts
just don't
women to
feel
ugly men.
confident
They
in
need
their
to own
ability
these
to
things.
hold a guy like that down. Additionally, they don't see themselves as being the sort of woman who will live that type of lifestyle. She is just a normal, everyday girl. Yes, she is pretty, but like most...
Yes, but hypergamy, Dan, hypergamy. They dream of that and they trade up when they can because the law, the unregulated sexual marketplace allows them to.
Pretty women, she ends up with guys who are just normal guys. Her and a guy paying
then
rent
she cuts
and
him.
living together.
She takes him to the
Her and a
cleaners.
guy saving up for a deposit on their home and eventually getting a house together, eventually getting married.
No. She wants the man who's already made. See, he can already afford that big house in the hills and have that already. See, she's not living with. She wants it already. She doesn't want to do the hard work, Dan. Women these days don't want to do the hard work. They want everything given to them on a platter. They don't want men who they can grow with. They want men who have already grown.
Right, and then having children and so on. Some pretty girls are just normal, everyday girls and will happily hook up with, get into a relationship with, and even marry a normal, everyday guy. Of course, don't...
Yeah, they'll get into a relationship and marry a normal, everyday guy, but the relationships aren't guaranteed to last, Dan. Relationships aren't guaranteed to last, and most normal, everyday guys have to settle for what they get. They have to settle for what they get. They got no say in this matter. A lot of these normal everyday guys, when you go to a bar, they'll be rejected left, right, and centre till the woman has run out of the carousel time. Then the normal everyday guy gets chosen. And who goodness knows who wants to be that guy who's settling down with the woman, the normal everyday guy who settles down with the woman after she's ridden the 50,000 whats. Why would you want to be last choice? How humiliating.
Get me wrong, there are some pretty girls and beautiful women who have extremely high standards in real life, and they will...
Tinder is also real life, Dan, and yes, Captain Obvious, they do have very high standards, these women. Not just some, I would say the vast majority, I would say more than 95%, maybe even more than 98%.
Stick to those standards no matter what. The guy has to be what she sees as very good looking or very good looking and rich. Otherwise,
I agree, but
she won't be
not
interested
some,
at all. If
the overwhelming
she sees
majority,
a guy as
almost
being
all.
ugly, below average looking, or even just average looking, then she won't be interested. Likewise, with some...
Captain Obvious, but that's 99% of women. Not just some, as you say. Not just some. I would say a high 90s percentile women are like that. They will not go with someone they are not attracted to. Dan, are you living in the 1950s or are you living in the 2020s?
Women like that, if the guy is not rich or very successful in life, then she just won't be interested. Those
Captain Obvious, but once again, you got your percentages wrong. It's a high percentage, not some. It's a high percentage. It's high 90s.
women definitely do exist, so don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that every pretty woman and every beautiful woman will go for a normal everyday guy, because they won't. For example, you may have seen some of the reality shows called WAGs, right? Wives and girlfriends of sports stars and athletes, or the rich wife.
Yeah, actually, Dan, I have. These Real Housewives, etc., these TV shows like Real Housewives and WAGs or whatever else you want to call it, these women act as role models now for women. And the women want to be like them. They aspire to being like them. It's called social engineering, Dan. It's called social engineering. You can bring up these shows all you want, but they're socially engineering women to go for top-tier men only.
of this place and that place. There are some women who have really high standards when it comes to men, but the
And
reality
they're teaching
is
other
that
women to be
some
like
of
that.
those wags women definitely are attractive, but many of them really aren't super amazing attractive girls, especially when they take off their makeup.
I agree.
Instead, most women like that have very specific standards when it comes to men and only want
I'd say
to be
all
with a
women like
successful
that, not
athlete,
most.
so they go out of their way to be around those men and try to get one to marry them. That's their thing. Yet the majority...
Dan, I've been out to bars where football teams, sports teams have come in, and I've seen women crawling around them like ants around sugar. Dan, women are doing that all the time. They're chasing the top tier men. They're not going for average or below average, as you like to say. You are horribly wrong, and you are out of touch with reality in society. And stop trying to sell your scam rubbish to unsuspecting men so you can make money off them, get rich, and by getting rich you become even more attractive to women that you want.
The majority of pretty girls out there don't see themselves as being one of the 0.001% of women who end up with a high-status sports star, a celebrity, a CEO, and so on. The girl might
Yes, most women do see themselves as that woman. They want to end up with those type of men or the equivalent. Sorry, Dan, you're wrong on this. Most women want that, but when they can't get that, they settle for Mr. Beta Butts, Mr. Average, who at the end of the day gets divorced. She gets cheated on. She has sex. He gets cheated on. She has sex with guys behind her back that she's more attracted to. Takes his money and then complains that all men are horrible, all men are scumbags, whatever else, and doesn't ever get married again. Lives happily ever after with her 16 cats.
Sometimes fantasize about that, just like a guy might sometimes fantasize about being with a certain model or whatever.
Yeah, the fantasizing leads to cheating, Dan.
But it doesn't mean that she's going to stick to that in real life. Right? It doesn't mean that a guy has to be hot.
No, she doesn't, but then she cheats for guys like that. And that's when the problems happen, Dan.
Status in society be some big shot in order to get a chance with her. The reality is that some pretty girls go for guys like that, but some pretty girls go
Some, I'd say the vast majority, I'd say in the 90s, 90 percentile, Dan.
for normal, everyday guys.
A small minority.
So what happens for a lot of single guys these days is that they see the way that women behave on dating apps, or they look at the results that they haven't been getting on dating apps, and then they think, well, if I can't even get a match out of all these thousands of girls, how is a girl in real life going to react to me? He may think, do I have to approach 1,000 girls before I can get myself a girlfriend?
Yes, he probably does. If he's unattractive, he approaches thousands. So my comment, part of the comment I left here, below average men these days have to approach hundreds and thousands of women for no success. You can't talk your way into a woman's pants. She either finds you attractive right off the bat or not. Ever heard of the saying, love at first sight? There's a reason why it's first sight and not first something else. It's the seeing in capital letters, the seeing. That's the most important part, not the confidence or the charm. More and more women have longer and more outrageous checklists these days, and more are choosing to remain single these days because their higher and higher standards are not being met. It's money and fame which are the main attractors outside of looks, not confidence, charm, or personality. This is proven by science and behavioural studies on female-to-male attraction. It's not pseudoscience.
No girl is going to like me because I don't get any likes on Tinder. I don't get any girls contacting me on Bumble. Why should they want to talk to me in person?
They won't talk to you in person because Tinder and Bumble are reflections of our society these days. They wouldn't exist if they weren't. People wouldn't be on there trying to meet people if they weren't. So yes, it is a reflection of society, and yes, if you're not getting matches on Tinder and Bumble, it's going to be just as hard in real life. And that's a newsflash, Dan.
And they obviously don't find me attractive. Yet a small percentage of men know the secret that I'm going to tell you now, whereas the vast majority of men do.
Just pay me $50,000 and I'll tell you the secret to attracting any woman you want. Come on, you gullible suckers.
Not know it. And many of those men go their entire life never knowing it. This secret of female-to-male attraction, which...
As I said, Dan, is proven by science and behavioural studies. Female-to-male attraction is not pseudoscience, okay? It's not. It's money and fame which are the main attractors outside of looks. So looks is the primary one, Then it's money and status and fame. Okay? It's not personality, it's not charm, it's not wit, and it's not charisma. Okay?
Applies to the majority of women out there, including most beautiful and pretty women, is that in many cases, you can make a woman feel intense attraction for you as you talk to her, even if you're not her usual type, or...
Bollocks. Bollocks. You can make her feel comfortable. You can make her feel rapport. But comfort and rapport does not equal attraction, Dan. There's a big difference. If you're a pickup artist, you claim to be a dating coach, you would have obviously read The Mystery Method, and he talks, it's different. Rapport and comfort is different to attraction. Attraction is purely physical, especially sexual attraction. But of course, attraction for resources other than sex, like money and fame and status, are also parts of attraction. But no, you can't talk your way into a woman's pants, Dan. You definitely can't. By approaching a woman, you're already lowering your status. This is what I wrote in the comments. You're already lowering your status in comparison to her. So as a man approaching her without her signals to do so, you're most likely to be bound to fail. Women are into sex with men whom they find physically attractive. Those average-looking guys and slightly below average-looking guys, and dare I say hideous guys, that are in relationships are mostly in platonic relationships, where women don't want wild sex and rather dreaming of hotter men to have sex with.
The sort of guy that she assumed she would go for. You can do this as you talk to her by displaying personality traits and behaviors that are naturally attractive to women, such as...
Only after she's opened the gate for you. And you open the gate with your looks, Dan, your physical attractiveness, your looks, your PA, your physical attractiveness. As Dr. Gordon Patzer puts in his book, it's PA, physical attractiveness, that attracts women to men, and vice versa. I won't disagree, okay? But you cannot talk your way through charm or personality. You cannot display personality to make her attracted. She's either attracted to you off the bat or she isn't. You cannot talk your way in. The gate is either opened or shut based on your physical attractiveness.
Confidence, charisma, charm, being a bit of a challenge, being emotionally masculine, flirting with her to create a sexual...
You can only be as emotionally masculine or as much of a challenge to her as she lets you be, Dan.
Vibe, and so on. Of course, it's not possible for a guy to pick up every woman in the world.
No,
but
Sherlock.
He can attract and pick up many women, including beautiful and pretty women.
Yeah, if he's chat,
One
if he's
of the
good looking
reasons
himself.
why this is possible and
if he's
why it
sorta.
happens all over the world is that although many women do have a fantasy list of requirements for a man,
That they keep.
they don't always stick to it in real life.
That they cheat
So
on
many
men
guys
that they've
don't
settled
ever
for
discover
with.
this secret about attracting women, so they go through their life believing that they're not good enough for pretty women, even though other...
The belief is there because pretty women have always rejected them all their life. It's not something that they believed and that's why it manifested. They only believe that because it manifested the other way first. The women rejected them. The belief doesn't come before the rejection. The rejection comes before the belief. The endless rejections come before the belief. You don't believe you're going to go and reject it when you start. You go and believing you're going to make this happen. You're putting the cart before the horse, Dan.
Guys who look like them, who look similar to them, or who don't even look as good as them, are able to get themselves a pretty girlfriend or wife.
No, they're not, Dan. Those guys, they're totally exemptions to the rule. I don't see it going out. I rarely, if ever see it. Maybe once or twice, or maybe a handful of times in a year. Most of the couples I see out, Dan, the woman is either dating upwards, a better looking bloke, or they're looks matched, or they're both very good looking people. I don't see very many men who are unattractive dating upwards. And generally when they do, it's because the gate has been opened not by looks, but by money, or fame, or status. Not charm, not personality, not demonstrations of whatever you want to call it.
The way that it works is that when you make a woman feel sparks of attraction for you in person,
You can't make a woman feel. A woman either feels that naturally or she doesn't. And then it's game over if she doesn't.
Starts looking at you with attraction in her eyes. Her perception of you changes. She starts looking at you and...
Yeah, if she's physically attracted to you, she'll look at you with a spark of attraction in her eyes. Not from what you're telling her, but from what she's seeing, using her eyes, not her ears. You've said it, her eyes.
Thinking, there's something about this guy. I like him. He's cute. He's sexy. I don't
He's cute, he's sexy. There you go. It's all looks descriptors. It's not personality descriptors.
normally go for guys like him, but there's something about him. I really like him. A similar thing can happen to guys, but it usually takes a little bit longer than it takes for girls. For example, a guy may meet a girl that he's not initially attracted to, but when he spends time with her, she grows on him. Then he really starts to find her attractive. He looks at her and he thinks, I really like this girl. I really want to be with her. And
You know, I got into a conversation with a married woman in my car the other day doing rideshare. I didn't think much of her, but when I spoke to her after a 15-minute trip, I got home thinking, wow, she might not be attractive, but she does it for me. That woman, I would have a fantastic time if I was married to that woman. But it doesn't seem to happen the other way around, as you like to say. It doesn't. I don't see it happening, Dan. Take me out and show me, Dan.
he falls in love with her. He has a relationship with her, even though initially he wasn't that attracted to her. Right? She grew on him. Now, as I said, it usually takes a lot longer for a guy to experience that compared to a woman. When you're talking to a woman, that can
Actually, the opposite. I reckon it takes longer for a woman to feel attracted to a man she was originally attracted to than it does for a man to feel the same way about a woman. I think you're wrong, Dan. I think you flipped it the wrong way.
happen within the first 1 to 2 minutes. With most women, all it usually takes is 1 to 2 minutes of conversation where you display personality traits and behaviors that are naturally attractive to women, and she feels sparks.
What is naturally attractive to women is not your personality that you display in 1 to 2 minutes, Dan. It's the way you look. It's the way you physically scrub up. It's got nothing to do with what you say and what attractive words you use. If the woman is not physically attracted to you, how is she going to enjoy with you? She's not.
Of attraction for you. This is where so many single guys get confused because
No, it's
they
not
hear
confusing.
that
You're
women don't
confusing
place
people.
as much importance on a man's physical appearance as men place on a woman's physical appearance.
Nonsense. They do, and they do it more. Women are the choosers. They do it more. This is the biggest lie being told in humanity, on society, that women don't choose on looks. They do, and they choose it more on looks than men choose women on looks. And I will say that till I go down to my grave.
But that doesn't seem to make sense because women say that guy's good looking, he's sexy, he's handsome. So what's going on? Well, what's going on is that when a man can make a woman feel
What's going on is you're talking nonsense, trying to sell your scam products to people who don't know better, Dan. That's what's going on.
attracted to him for reasons other than his physical appearance,
Such as money and fame.
him being confident, emotionally masculine, flirting with her, being charming or charismatic. She starts looking at his
Have you ever heard of the halo effect, Dan? The halo effect is basically where someone presupposes something on someone based on other traits of theirs. So women automatically assign confidence, masculinity, positive male traits, charm, wit, humour, personality, great personality, charisma, confidence. All these things get placed by a woman thinking that that's what's attracting her when she's only thinking this is a halo effect based on his looks. Based on his looks. The question is, can a woman go on Tinder and say that she swiped someone because the guy was confident? She can't, because you can't tell confidence from a picture. But women think they can, because they equate good looks to confidence.
physical appearance in a positive light. She starts thinking, well, I don't normally go for bald guys, but I find this guy attractive. I don't normally go for guys who look like this. Or
Yeah, I don't normally go for bald guys, but I find this guy attractive. Say bald guy had a massive build with steroids, or he was over 6'3", 6'2". Do they go for bald guys who are short, 5'6", 5'5", 5'7", or thereabouts, who are also weedy, who don't have a very big frame? They're small frame, small boned guys, thin built bald guys who are 5'6". How many women? What percentage of women do you think go for that kind of guy, Dan? I can tell you very, very few. I'd say 0.01%. But I'd like you to not delete my comments so you can argue that fact with me in the next video you release.
that. But there's something about him. I really like him. So for the single guys watching,
Yeah, because he makes up with his baldness, with his height. With his physicality, his build, or with his money or his fame?
His video, and even for the guys who are in a relationship with a woman and she isn't feeling attracted to him the way that she used to, just understand that you can make women feel attracted to you as you talk.
No, you can't. They either do or they don't. It's a straightaway immediate reaction. Once a woman's not attracted, you can't make her feel attracted to you. If she's not physically into you, if she's not your type, if you are not her type physically, she's not going to be physically attracted to you. Attraction is not out of here. Attraction is here, here, here. The body, the face. It's not what comes out of here. And women don't get attracted by listening. They get attracted by seeing.
To them and interact with them. And when you do that, a woman looks at you as being attractive, appealing, and desirable.
Not through what you say, through how you look.
Additionally, this is a feeling and a perception of you that can continue throughout an entire lifetime relationship or marriage. Finally, one other thing about this secret is that you may have heard some women say about their boyfriend or their husband, I wasn't initially attracted to him, but once we started talking, I felt attracted to him. I really liked him. We started dating.
I'll just give you an example of I'll just give you a description of what the pictures are on the video at the moment. He's putting short, fat, bald guys with good-looking women and saying that these women were attracted to him. No, they were never attracted. These men used something else other than their looks to open those doors, but it certainly wasn't personality, and it certainly wasn't charm and charisma and confidence, because no woman is attracted to this. She's attracted to this physically. And if you don't have this physically, the only other thing she's attracted to is bringing resources to the table. Fame, money. It is scientifically proven. Behavioural science has proved it again and again. Dan, stop lying to the people to sell your products. And don't delete comments on your video. This is free speech. Debate it if you don't agree. Don't delete. Debate.
We got into a relationship, we fell in love, and we've been happy ever since. In other words...
Yeah, then he gets cucked on and he gets cheated on behind his back and slept with. She sleeps with better-looking men who she always physically desired over him. And divorce happens and he loses all his money. See you later.
In many cases, not in all cases, but in many cases, a guy does not have to look like a woman's usual type.
Yes, he does.
In order to attract her.
Oh, yes, he does. You can't talk your way into a woman's pants.
And even marry her.
Yeah, maybe marrying, but they're marrying for money or fame.
The guy must be rich, but
yes.
The majority of people aren't rich. Right? The majority of couples pay rent together. They save up to buy a house together.
No, he pays.
They pay bills together. They work. And they're just normal, everyday people. Right? Don't write it off as, it's looks, it's money. Right? Yes, money can attract women.
Don't debate scientific evidence and scientific behavioural scientific proof, Dan. You are refuting science. You are refuting evidence. Stop trying to debate the undebatable. You are wrong.
Looks can attract women, but you know what else can attract women? When you interact with them and display personality traits and behaviours that are naturally attractive to women, such as confidence, charisma, emotional
women find that nice, but
humour, and so on.
No, women find those traits nice only after you've made a physical impression on her, so she gets a little bit wet down there. When she gets wet down there is when those traits matter. If you don't walk through the first door, which is looks, good night, game over. New game.
Mean that a guy can pick up every woman in the world, but it does mean that a guy can access beautiful, pretty women who go for normal, everyday guys.
If they have money, if they have fame, if they have status. Not if they have a good personality, not if they have charm, charisma, wit.
He's a normal, everyday guy. If he's more than that, then great. But if he's a normal, everyday guy, like most guys who end up with a pretty woman, then he can make her feel attracted to him.
How many normal, everyday guys end up with pretty women? The ones I see around and the ones I know have ended up with very average women, to say the least. I don't know any normal, everyday guy that ended up with a beautiful woman like Dan says. But if you do, leave it in the comments below.
As he talks to her, because although she may have a fantasy list of requirements for a man, she doesn't actually stick to it in real life. Instead, like many women, she goes with how she feels. So if a normal, everyday...
They feel attraction. They feel wet down there. They feel tingles down there. The top-tier men, top-tier looks-wise men. They feel the tingles down there. That's how she feels. It's not about making a woman feel through this. It's about making a woman feel through this, etc., etc. Looks.
Makes her feel attracted to him in person, then she opens up to potentially going on a date with him, having sex with him, or having a relationship with him.
She won't have sex unless she's physically attracted to him.
The third secret about single women. Most really like it when they feel the need to impress a guy to be accepted by him. What usually happens with women and the dating process? It's usually guys trying to hopefully impress the woman to get a chance with her. Right, the guy is on his bed.
Yeah, you see, that's why cold approach doesn't work, Dan. And I've said it here, right? The fact of the matter is, cold approach, okay, most guys meet their women through social networks, Dan. It's the easiest way for decent-looking men to get laid and get into a relationship these days. It's not through cold approach. The easiest way, and the statistics back it up, the majority of men, I would say more than 99% of men, meet their women through some kind of study that they might have been doing when they were young and in that age, or more likely through a social network or social group that they're involved with. They don't meet them through cold approaches you're trying to teach men here. You're trying to teach men the way that maybe less than 1% of the male population meet their women, and definitely less than 1% of the male population meet their women. Why don't you play with the numbers? Why don't you just teach men how to build social networks that way? That's an easier way for men to meet women. And once again, you still need to be decent looking in those networks, otherwise they won't give you a chance. I've experienced it myself.
His behaviour, he's being extra nice, extra polite, he is offering her things, he is trying really hard to hopefully be accepted by her. Yet, what a small percentage of men know.
And you're still teaching cold approach pickup. Wow.
Women really like it when they feel the need to impress a guy to be accepted by him. And
that's when the shoe's on the other foot. I agree with you. You've got to flip the switch. But you can't flip the switch because a woman already has to be attracted to you to want to impress you. Okay? If she's not attracted to you to begin with, she's not going to want to impress you. How do you get attraction? Through your looks. You can't manufacture attraction, Dan. I keep telling you this.
And that even continues into a relationship. Now, don't get me wrong. But it's not about treating a woman like crap, treating her badly, taking her for granted in a relationship. It's not about telling a woman that you don't care about her in the dating process, ignoring her, saying, I don't give a crap about you, and so on. It's not about that. Instead, just think about what happens with a woman when a man feels the need to impress her and hopefully be accepted by her.
That's because most women have such high standards, they don't find enough men attractive. Of course, men are going to have to go and try and impress her. And of course he's going to lose because he's not attractive to begin with.
Is she treating him like crap?
Yes.
Or is she just giving him the sense that he needs to impress her to be accepted by her? Who made up that rule? Who said that she was the one who could do that? Well,
society.
The man allowed it to happen by him not taking on that
role. No,
role.
that's a societal
not
expectation.
On the role of the one who is selecting and allowing. Right?
Men selecting?
On the role of the one who is hoping.
What world do we live in?
Yet most single women love it when a guy is a good guy and treats her well, but makes her feel like she needs to impress him to be accepted by him.
She only wants to impress men that she's originally attracted to, not some guy who's trying to impress her to try to get into her pants. As I said, the talking doesn't work, the physical attraction does. She'll only want to impress a guy who she's already physically attracted to, not the other way around. Otherwise, if a man's trying to use his personality, charm, charisma, he's trying to impress her. So you're trying to get guys at the start of this video to do that, and now you're saying something again that's the total opposite. You're saying don't do that. Well, make up your mind. I don't know. You flip-flop, Dan.
It results in a woman trying harder to impress the guy by being nicer, doing nice things for him, being cuter, being more feminine, and so on. Then when the guy accepts of her and allows her to be his girlfriend, she feels lucky. She feels special. She feels like the chosen one. Right?
Yeah, when she's already attracted to him, not the other way around. She feels lucky, she feels chosen when she's physically attracted to the man. And the man says, yeah, I want to go with you. And then she's licking her lips. Not for some average or ugly guy who's trying to impress her and using confidence and charm and hoping that'll work, because it doesn't.
Just like a guy feels when he gets accepted by a girl that he's been trying to impress. Yet what happens is that when a guy puts himself in the position where he's trying to impress a girl to hopefully get a chance with her, and
No
then she
chance.
reluctantly gives him a chance, and he then
No.
tries harder and harder to impress her and maintain her interest,
No.
she loses
Fool.
respect and attraction for him, and the relationship falls apart. Whereas when it's the other way around, where the girl is trying hard to impress the guy, being a good girl, being more feminine, being more fun and nice, and the guy is treating her well, then the relationship feels amazing for both of them.
Moral of the story, guys. Only go with women who are already originally attracted to you. If you have to work to get attraction, don't do it. If you have to put on a display of whatever you have to do to get a woman attracted to you, she's not attracted to you. She's not attracted to you. If no women are attracted to you, you'll end up single. But so be it. What else can you do? You cannot talk your way into a woman's pants. This is where these PUAs and dating coaches have it all wrong.
Number 4. Most love sex, but have to act like they don't for various reasons.
As I said in the comments, women are into sex with men whom they find physically attractive. Those average-looking guys and slightly below average-looking guys in relationships are mostly in platonic relationships, where women don't want wild sex with them and would rather be dreaming of a hotter man to have sex with. Yes, they want sex, but they want sex with the men that they are attracted to, not the men who they're not attracted to, who they've had to settle for, or who had to work their way just to get her panties off. And that doesn't happen. You can't talk your way into panties.
One of the main reasons why is that most guys don't feel as though they can trust a woman who is really into sex and is chasing it. If a woman shows a lot of interest in sex and openly talks about it, a guy might think that she is slutty and untrustworthy. On the other hand, if she holds out
Yeah, women are slutty only for the top tier men in terms of looks.
too long during the dating phase or seems uninterested in sex, a guy may stop pursuing her and find another woman. So if she openly talks about sex, seems really into it and is chasing it, most guys will look at her as being a slut. If she holds back and doesn't have sex, most guys will look at her as being a prude. And so
It's not a matter of being a slut or a prude. It's just a matter of what she's attracted to and the guy she wants to have sex with. Generally, they're the better-looking men. Most, if not all the time, they're the better-looking men. She's happy to have sex and slut it up with good-looking men, and I don't think those good-looking men care a damn whether she's a slut or not. They're just happy to spin a few more plates, and the women are happy to ride the sea carousel. The point is really rubbish, Dan.
the sweet spot for a woman is to not seem like she's really into sex, not seem like she would love to have sex, but
Yeah, for a guy that she wants for a beta relationship, she doesn't want to seem to be into sex, and she wants him to work for it. Hard work.
instead to show a guy that she can control herself. If he has a relationship with her, he can rely on her to control herself, to not be one of those women who go around openly talking about.
Why would you want to be in a relationship where you're a beta male providing anyway? Why don't you want to be in a relationship where a woman's already physically attracted to you in the first place, so sex is guaranteed?
Sex, chasing it, and acting horny all the time. So what happens for a lot of single guys who don't understand this particular secret well is that they'll see that women don't react to them in the same way that they react to women. Right? A guy will look at a woman and immediately feel attracted to her, immediately say yes or no in his mind about whether or not he would have sex with her. He will look at her
I
when
would
she's
say
walking
90%
along
of
the
men,
street or
90% of women, men would have
He'll be
sex with.
feeling attracted and will want something to happen. Yet women walk through the world as though they don't even see guys.
Because they don't, because
just
they find
walking
90% of
along.
men
She
unattractive.
goes to a cafe, she orders her coffee, she sits down. She's not sitting down and looking at a guy's butt as he walks past.
That's because he's not attractive. If he had an attractive butt, she would. She would. We're talking about modern day women here, Dan. We're not living in the 40s and 50s anymore. These are modern day women.
Like a guy will do when a woman walks past, right? She's just sitting there playing with her phone or doing whatever she's doing.
Because no hot guy has walked in for her. That's why.
Keeping to herself and not looking around as though she's hoping to get some sex. So a small percentage of men
That's because she's not. She doesn't find any of those guys attractive. If she did, she'd be throwing them signals. I guarantee you.
know that. They go through life not expecting women to react to them in the same way that they react to women. They understand why women have to behave in that way, right? A woman can't show that she really likes sex, otherwise most guys would feel as though they couldn't trust her if they got into a relationship with her and that's how she behaved.
I don't think guys who are spinning plates give a damn whether she's going to go and have sex with another guy the next night, as long as they get their rocks off.
Out in public. Number 5. Most act like they are happy to be single, even though many of them are secretly miserable about it. Once again, women do this to not seem low value, cheap and easy. Right? She doesn't want to go through her...
Trust me, women are happy to be single until the hot guy comes along, the right guy for her, which is the hot guy. Not the guy who's got charm or charisma or whatever. The good-looking hot man is what she's after. And that's what women are waiting for. They're happy to be single. They're not miserable. They're happy as long as they can get the guy they want. If he's not the best-looking guy, he's the richest or a high-status job or a high-status position, whatever it is. But they are more than happy to stay single.
Everyday life, interacting with guys, showing that she's really keen and trying to get herself a boyfriend. If a girl is behaving like that, most guys will look at her as being low value, or they'll look at her as being weird, because most girls don't behave like that.
No, most guys don't look at women who do that as low value. Most guys look at women as high value. They put women on pedestals, Dan. Most guys don't see women as low value. Most guys I know put women on pedestals, higher value than them.
Especially the girls that he really likes, like the attractive girls who are used to men making the mistake of trying hard to hopefully impress her to get a chance with her, don't behave as though they're hoping to get a boyfriend. They don't go around looking at guys and talking to them and hoping that a guy will like them. Instead, the majority of single women will behave as though they're totally fine without a guy.
That's because they are. Because the right guy, the hot alpha guy, the good-looking Chad, or the rich and high status, famous guy hasn't come along for them. That's why they're perfectly happy. They don't look perfectly happy to be single, because they are. It's not a matter of just looking that way. They are that way.
They couldn't care less. But
no, they couldn't.
The reality is that when she goes home and she's alone in her bed, or if she catches up with a friend who's happy in a relationship,
she's dreaming of Chad alone in her bed, and she's probably pulling out a few sex toys.
Feels left out. She wants to have a boyfriend, but she's struggling to get one.
She doesn't need one, Dan. She doesn't need one. She doesn't need one. She can wait out for Chad. She can wait out for Mr. Hot, Mr. Ripped Abs, Mr. Built like a refrigerator brick crap house. She can wait out for them while she uses her toys in the bedroom.
Thing is, though, if a guy looked at her when she was waiting in a line at Starbucks, or if she was sitting alone in a cafe, or if she was at a bar with friends, she wouldn't necessarily look like a girl who is hoping and is desperate to get herself a boyfriend. She will almost certainly just display body language that suggests she can't even see the men in the room. She does.
That's because these men are invisible. The unattractive men are invisible, Dan. Physically unattractive men are invisible. Get that through your thick head before you sell your products.
Even care about the men when in fact she's hoping to get herself a boyfriend. She's hoping that a normal guy will come,
a Chad guy,
over and say hello to her. There'll be a spark
that she gives signals to will come over and say hello to her. A Chad guy that she gives signals to will come over and say hello to her. It's not a matter of creating a spark. The spark's already lit.
Between him and her, and they can start dating and have a relationship. So what happens for a lot of single guys is that they go through their life and they see women that they find attractive, but because the woman isn't displaying open, interested body language right,
that's because she's not interested in them. Newsflash.
Away before he has approached her, he will assume that she must have a boyfriend, or that she wouldn't want him to come over and say hello.
No, it's because she doesn't. Unless he's Chad, and unless she's given the signal for Chad to do so, she doesn't want you to come over and say hello. What makes you think a woman sitting in a coffee shop or shopping at a grocery store or sitting on a park bench wants men to go over and chat with her. What makes you think that? Most women do not, Dan. Most women find this creepy. They find the majority of men unattractive. And when an unattractive man approaches a woman without signal to do so, it is creepy. What makes you think that they're waiting for these kind of guys to approach them?
The reality is, as you saw from the study near the start of the video, a little...
Yeah, bogus study. There's no link to it. Well, what study is this? It goes and flies in the face of reality, observable reality, Dan. That's where it flies in the face of.
More than half of the women said yes when a guy immediately asked them out, even though they didn't know anything about him.
BS.
In other environments where you can meet women, if you want to get the same or better result, then what you need to do is have a bit of an interaction with the woman first, where
have a bit of muscle.
You make her feel attracted to you by
displaying your face, your attractive face, your attractive jaw,
to women.
Displaying physical features that are attractive to women. Displaying physical features, not personality traits. Personality doesn't get you in the door. Looks get you in the door. Personality keeps you in the room. That's the difference. Looks get you in the door, Dan. Not personality. Looks get you in the door. Personality keeps you in the room. If you don't have the personality yet, confidence yet, true, you might get chucked out. But to open the door, it's not personality or confidence. It's looks. It's physical attraction. PA.
Do that for 1 to 2 minutes. Some women require longer, that's for sure, but with most women, all it requires...
It's not a matter of 1 to 2 minutes or longer. If she's not attracted to you off the bat, she's not going to be attracted to you. She's not going to give you a chance. She's going to shut you down. You don't get an audition. Lights out, buddy.
Is a 1 to 2 minute conversation where you make her feel a spark for you and she will feel attracted to you. She will open up to the interaction and she will say...
She'll feel attracted to you if she's attracted to the way you look. And then that spark of attraction that you say through conversation, which is not actually a spark, that actually keeps you in the room. That actually keeps you in the room of the door you've opened with your looks. Not the other way around, okay? You don't use the personality to open the door. You use the looks to open the door. We're not living in the 1940s. And even back then, okay, looks, they might not have mattered somewhat. They might not have mattered as much as the women as they do today, but they probably still mattered somewhat.
Yes, when you ask for her phone number. By the way, if you're one of the guys who finds it difficult to walk up and talk to women, or if you don't know what to say to make women feel attracted to you,
I do, but it's not a matter of what you say, it's a matter of how you look.
Want to give you their phone number or kiss you, go out on a date with you, and so on, then
just be good looking.
I recommend that you read my ebook, The Flow, or listen to the audio
Here comes the sales pitch.
The Flow on Audio. When you read The Flow or listen to The Flow on Audio, you will learn my best ever conversation starters, ways to make women feel immediately attracted to you.
Yeah, if you're not good looking, they're not going to feel immediately attracted to you, buddy. It's not a matter of your opening line attracting you. It's not a matter of they're rejecting your approach. They're rejecting you as a person physically. They want physically attractive men, Dan. This is the world we live in now. This is why apps like Tinder and Bumble and Hinge and all these other apps have thrived. Because we live in a world of visual stimulation now. Visual stimulation above everything else. We don't live in a world where women can be turned on by flattery and by personality and by charm. That keeps you in relationship. That keeps you inside. What gets you inside is your physical appearance.
Ways to make women feel increasingly attracted to you as you talk to them.
Gosh, I hope your training manual shows you how to become Chad. If it doesn't, it's not worth a cent.
Connect with women. How to make women want to contribute to the conversation and get to know you. How to initiate...
They won't want to contribute if they don't want to know you.
Touch in a way that she wants and welcomes.
Don't touch a woman if she doesn't want it. You're in big trouble otherwise. You can initiate through touch, but if she doesn't like you, good luck, buddy.
How to get her phone number, how to initiate a first kiss, how to initiate sex on the first...
Make sure that that's the right phone number. She's not giving you a bogus phone number to get rid of you.
Night, or how to get her out on a date with you and initiate a kiss and sex on the first date, or if you want to wait longer than that, second, third, fourth date, it's totally up to you. All you have to do is follow the simple steps of the flow and...
Send me $50,000 and I will tell you all the secrets you need. Oh, the secret. Oh, yeah, you just need to be good-looking Chad. You're not? Oh, sorry, buddy, you lost your 50 grand.
When a woman flows smoothly from one step to the next, it's the easiest way to get laid or get a girlfriend.
Yeah, that's actually big. That's called being good looking. That's called being top tier looks man. That's the easiest way to get laid and get a girlfriend, buddy.
One final point that I want to make for you in this video is that many times throughout your single life, you will meet an attractive girl, a pretty woman who is interested in you. But if you're not able to pick up on the subtle signs that she's attracted, or if you don't have the confidence to...
Well, what signs? I mean, if you're not attractive, she's not giving you signs. You can't pick up on the subtle signs, buddy. You're talking like you know everything about every man from a scale of 1 to 10 in terms of physical attractiveness. The 1 out of 10s don't get the same signals that 10 out of 10s do. They never do. So what do you want them to do? You can't relate. Don't sell products to men you can't relate to.
Move things forward from a conversation to a phone number, date, and so on, then
Be
you
good
will miss
looking.
out on so many opportunities with pretty women, beautiful women
Be good looking.
who really were interested in you.
Just be a good looking
It's
man.
important to understand why women behave in the ways that they do.
Because they chase
you don't have to
good-looking
feel
chads.
insecure around them. Instead, you can feel confident knowing that they're behaving in a certain way.
You can only feel confident if you've had prior success. The definition of confidence is actually draws into the word competence. And competence is being competent, knowing that you can do it before, you can do it again. You can't be confident unless you've had the success before. You can think that you're going to do well, but if you never get that positive reinforcement, there's going to be no confidence after. I don't care how strong you are inside. You need some breakthrough to be confident.
They have to. You don't need to lose confidence because of that. Instead, you can feel more confident knowing that you're one of the small percentage of men who actually understands what's going on.
I do.
You can then start making moves, right?
But it seems like you don't.
Well, you can ask for her phone number. You can move things forward.
Yeah. If she gives you the right phone number, you can ask for her phone number. She could slap you in the face, or she could give you the wrong number. But if you're a good-looking guy, she might give you the right number. Or she might just have sex with you without a phone number. She might just take you back the same day or night.
And before you know it, you'll be having sex or a relationship with a woman of your...
Imagine having to go through the courtship process in this day and age. You're on a hiding to nothing, man. You're having to put a woman on a pedestal the whole way. She's going to lose attraction for you. And this day and age, it's not going to be worth it. You may as well just find women who want to have sex with you straight away. It's as simple as that. If they don't, it's going to be hard work. It's going to be extremely hard work, I can tell you that.
We're choosing.
Well, that was hopefully entertaining. Long video, over an hour, almost an hour and 20 minutes now. So I'll wrap it up at that. Hope you had some fun watching this, and leave your comments below. Like and subscribe and share. Thank you. It's been Man Overboard.